Democratic Alliance is expected to officially announce Federal Council chairperson Helen Zille as its mayoral candidate for Johannesburg ahead of the 2026 local government elections. The party will hold a press conference at 10 o'clock this morning to announce its chosen candidate. The last time the DA led the city was when Mhlaba was elected mayor, but coalition squabbles and political instability saw her ousted through a motion of no confidence in 2023. Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba joins us live from Soweto, where that gathering is expected to take place. Ziniko, talk us through, of course, the DA's decision to pick Helen Zille at the helm of the city of Johannesburg.
A very good morning to you, Veronica. Yes, indeed, the Democratic Alliance in Gauteng, specifically the city of Johannesburg, they will be publicly announcing their mayoral candidate for the upcoming local government elections ahead of next year. And of course, it's a very strategic move, I might say, as far as the DA is concerned, because it will be the first party to really publicly, name the person who they believe is the right fit to fix all the challenges faced by the residents of Johannesburg. We know that currently Johannesburg is struggling with water issues, especially when it comes to decaying infrastructure. But we know that the also of billing is a problem, load shedding is a problem, and we've got problems also with entities such as Johannesburg Water, Pick It Up, and all those things. And it is a municipality that is very contested because it is the municipality with the highest budget in this country when it comes to metropolitan municipalities. So let's get some more background and context in terms of how the DA selects its own candidates. And there was an interview Helen Zille did with my colleague Olim Gambe, where she was really explaining the processes which the party follows when it comes to selecting and deciding on who should lead its mayoral candidate, its campaign in Johannesburg. So let's take a listen to Helen Zille having a conversation with my colleague Olim Gambe.
On the other hand, there are many other candidates who feel exactly the same about Johannesburg, who've all got their plans, who are all going to be rolling up their sleeves and want to get things done. And so the DA is not short of talent. We've got a lot of talent, and a lot of that talent has probably applied to be the mayor of Johannesburg. I don't know.
The DA is not short of candidates who can lead the DA in the city of Johannesburg. That's the Federal Council chairperson, Helen Zille, talking to Olim Gambe there. Well, let me bring in now a deputy chairperson of the DA in Johannesburg, Luyolo Mpiti, to give us more context in terms of the processes the party had to undergo to get to where we are today, where you are saying Johannesburg, this is your person, deal with it. What is it that you looked at? Were you looking at the experience of a veteran? You're looking at a fresh young blood. Talk to us about how you got to where we are now.
Well, I think it's very important for South Africans, and particularly Joburgers, to know that the DA's processes are free for anybody to apply, to raise their hand, to put forward their case of why they believe that they are the person to work on the issues that affect Johannesburg. And so we had great candidates that lifted up their hands across the party who said, we want to put up our hands to lead Johannesburg, to be able to bring a change to Johannesburg. And so we have processes in the DA, we have electoral college, we have selection panel where they go to interviews, they are asked questions, they are able to make their case and convince the selection panel of why they are the candidate for the job. So there are no cadres and deployments in the DA. We go through processes where each and everybody gets interviewed, makes their case, states their case, and whoever has the best vision, strategical idea on how we can deal with the issue of Johannesburg makes it.
I mean, the names which have been pointed out to the public is that of the veteran political leader of the DA, Ms. Helen Zille, but also the Johannesburg caucus leader, Belinda Nzonzonjoko. Looking at those two candidates, one would say it must have been very difficult for the DA if those two had really submitted their names to decide on who, because you've got a young person who knows the Joburg issues very well, who's still young, still very ambitious. On the other hand, you had Helen Zille, Zille, a veteran, someone who has led, someone who has the experience. What did you look at comparing those two scenarios?
Well, I must say from the first off, the DA has invested in young talent throughout its leadership. We have young councillors, we have young mayors in Umgeni, in KZN, we have young members of parliament. So we make it a point to put young people forward. And I think the candidates, they were not just only Helen Zille and Belinda Ejozoko, there were also 12 other candidates that also put up their hand. And so we had to look at who was best for the job, who had the best vision. And because we understand that Joburg people are asking us, we have water problems, we have electricity problems, there's so much going wrong in Joburg, and we needed to deliver a candidate that is going to face those issues head on, that is going to try to turn around this city. And I think the candidate that the DA will present to Joburgers today is a candidate that is going to fight for them, speak for them, and turn things around. And that is what was important for us.
So experienced young blood, one of these two, what was important?
Well, as I said, experience and young people is something the DA is known for. There's no other party in South Africa that invests in young people.
I'm talking about this specific candidate you're about to reveal. What did you look at?
Well, I'd want you to say, stay with us, stay tuned, and see who the candidate is going to be after this.
Mr. Mpidi, thank you very much for your time. Not wanting to commit to a name, then Mr. Mpidi, Deputy Chairperson of the DA in Johannesburg. Well, he would not say whether they went for the veteran Helen Zille or a young and fresh veteran Belinda Ejozoko, who has been leading the Johannesburg caucus. But we know that Helen Zille had availed herself and saying that she's ready to get her hands dirty for the people of Johannesburg. So at 10 o'clock, the official unveiling will be starting here in Soweto. We're not sure then whether, after this particular unveiling, the DA is going to run again for that motion of no confidence against the sitting mayor of Johannesburg, Dada Moreno. But we can confirm that at 10 o'clock, Johannesburg residents will know who the DA is putting forward officially as their candidate for the local government elections set to take place next year.